building a better solution. Okay, so initially I used to do coding Saturdays, like typically bringing up some problem statement, and then I figured out people are not either connected to it, or what happens after that. There's nothing, no natural progression of that, right? So they just used to, we used to do something, build something, and it used to get stuck somewhere or left out. People used to forget and all that. So that's when I thought, why not contribute to something which kind of can be deployed and used somewhere, right? So that's the idea of BookYard. Okay, so it's not a fancy idea. It's a idea which I had for a very long time. Okay, and it comes from a problem, correct? So the problem statement is that, see, again, any startup idea or whatever you want to call, right? Should not just be there because you built a solution. It should not solve a problem. It should be the other way. There is a problem to be solved, and then you find a solution for that, right? So the problem is that, what I see, there are two problems. One is, typically kids these days, right? Some kids read a lot of books, right? So my daughter reads a lot of books, and her friends also read a lot of books. Okay, and whenever there is this PTM, right, the parent teacher meeting, outside, and these books, publishers also are very smart people, no? They know that, all the parents will come. They'll put a book exhibition outside. Okay, right outside when we are exiting, that will be there, and naturally kids will again see, and again they want us to buy, right? Now there's no problem with buying books, but some of them are very expensive. Like if you touch these Harry Potters and whatever, other books, typically 700, 600, 800, 1,000 also, right? So of course, some of them are like 300, 400 rupees. But even then, if you look at it, my daughter just reads it in 2-3 hours, and then the book is over. And then again, it's back to same story. Now, the challenge is the space is getting over in the house. The cost is rising, and my daughter is still saying she wants more. So I said, why don't you exchange the books with your friends? Right. So because her friends are also buying books, I said, why don't you exchange it of buying books every time? So the next thing is, she was like, how do we know who has what books, right? So then, a possible solution came. Why not have some Google sheet and all that? But then, how it works, right? After a point, people forget that also. So again, I also just left it. So that is one problem statement, right? The other problem statement is about, every year kids complete their schooling, right? So they complete 1 year of schooling, and then all the books are thrown away or given away in waste paper, correct? So maybe some of these books can go to some orphanages or some needy kids who can use the books, correct? And that's what some people do. They actually donate it, but it's very crude nowadays. Okay, so maybe some people will say, okay, let me collect all the books and give it, but right, it's so much of a chore. Like people don't have a time for this, so they just feel, I know giving to an orphanage or some needy people is important, but nobody has the time. They just throw it into the raddi, correct? And also some, we also take, if my kid is going to, let's say, 4th grade, if somebody is donating old books of 4th grade, we collect them, right? Everybody collects them because they will be like backup. If my kid loses a book, that book will be like a backup. So we collect from people who want to donate. So obviously people want to donate because you don't get anything from Raddi anyways. So people are willing to donate. So this platform should also help to facilitate that, right? Like if you have some old books, just say, I got grade 4 books, and just take photos of the books and just keep them there. Okay. So whoever wants them will take it, right? So that's how it is. And the third category is again a little bit of a niche category, like people prepare for these specific competitive exams, like I don't know, for this Olympiads. Nowadays school kids are writing Olympiads, right? So Olympiad preparation books and all that. So that's one category. And the other category of books are like you are preparing for this IIT and all, right? So there are a lot of this coaching material that is also there, correct? So that also can be donated, right? Why should you actually keep it, just throw it away, right? Now people want to donate, people have good intentions, but nobody has time nowadays. Everybody is busy running from pillar to post, correct? So I was always thinking, how about having something which could facilitate that, right? Again, I never got around to, okay, Rakesh is saying he also got an idea. Even built a base on GitHub and also working on build next version of it. And that's why I found it. Okay, that's great, Rakesh. Go ahead and contribute, right? See, again, the reason I didn't really pursue it as a startup idea per se, although it looks fascinating, is because ultimately, end of the day, it's about multiple things, right? You also need to be able to monetize it, right? And monetizing is also not a problem, but you need to be able to bring that kind of revenues to make it sustainable. That's the challenge around it. So that's why I left it aside. But then I thought, anyhow, I'm doing coding Saturdays, and I was like, what do we pick to make it interesting? What do we solve as a problem? How do we apply some of the concepts we're learning, and also build something that can generate some money, right? So the idea is, again, the revenue model is, again, there are three categories. Like I said, one is your fancy books, like your fiction books, like Harry Potter's or any Blytons and all. You can exchange with your friends. So you put your books, they put their books, and exchange. That's how it is. Second category is your old books. You just put them in, and somebody just takes them, correct? And the third category is all this coaching material and all that stuff, right? So what is the revenue model? Again, the revenue model is people who want this service, like want to exchange, they pay a monthly fee or an annual fee or something. So it can be like 100, 200, 300, whatever, 500, depending on, what is the demand and supply. So let's say they pay $100, and the kids can just exchange, right? And maybe we can put in some incentive along the way that, if your book is, you want to put a price on your book for a rental kind of basis, we cap it, like say not more than 10 rupees per day or something like that, correct? Something like that. I mean, we can think about the revenue and the commercials later. But the idea is we go and put something out there, and it's not a free service. I mean, we don't keep it for free because, again, people don't value it and all that stuff. But we'll see whether we keep it for free or not. We can also keep it for free. But let's say initially we started out for free, let it go, and gradually we see how it shapes up. Okay. But yeah, can people pay in nominal amounts? They can. In gated communities in India, there are so many gated communities all over the place, and this works fantastically in a gated community where kids kind of can meet and greet and do the needful. It can be like peer to peer, correct? But again, all said and done, let's not worry too much about the commercials part of it. Let's not worry about the operations part of it. Let's probably just focus on building something up and putting it out there, and telling people that this is what is there, and let's see how people respond to it. Okay, we will actually build it, we'll actually deploy it as well. Okay, and we will actually, when I say deploy it, again, I mean put it out into some of the gated communities. In my own community, we'll put it at a few other communities also, and we will showcase to them that this is how it is, why don't you use it, right? Because I think this financial year is again coming to an end, right? In a few months, a couple of months, we are going to soon complete the kids' financial years, and I see that it's going to have a need anyways. Okay, so that's the goal, guys. That's what we are building. Nothing fancy, and the focus is more on how do you generate the money aspect of it, but how do you apply whatever we are learning, and what are the kind of various data science, AI, ML kind of concepts or innovations we can put in, so that it not only adds value to the platform, but also helps you folks learn something and implement it and see in real time how is it shaping up, right? It's real data from real users, and yeah, so, and all the decisions will have to be taken in a realistic perspective, correct? So that way you also get an understanding of what kind of observability metrics you're seeing and all that stuff. So you want to put on a resume or whatever, it's always great for you. Okay, so any questions before we proceed? Anyone? Yeah, cool. Sure. So let's start it. Okay. So I don't believe in boring anyone with too much of boring stuff. We just get to the point, move fast. I call out what we do, what we don't do, and that's how we move forward. So give me a second. I'll just I'll join from my other system too. Yeah. So anybody, any quick thoughts? What all should be the key features? Yeah, cool.
Favorite genre recommendation.
Sorry, genre recommendations. Yeah, we'll come to that. Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
No, sir. No,
Oh,
sir.
you can't see. Okay, not
Not.
yet. You can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
it
can
is,
see.
sir.
Okay. So okay, let me update this. Okay, this looks like a nice template. So let's pick up a template and start documenting the requirements. Okay. So let's move fast. So we are calling it as this is BookYard. Okay. And we don't really need all these details. So check it. Okay. Today is 10 Jan. Okay. So overview is build a book sharing platform for the. Oh, and what are the three goals? What are the key goals? One goal is share books, fiction and storybooks. Okay. Share the school study material, share exam preparation material. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Specifications. Okay, we'll come to that. So what are the high level functional requirements? Okay, let's just start documenting the functional requirements. Okay. So what do you folks think? What are the various requirements we should have? Bhavna, you're saying something?
Recommendation of favorite.
Yeah, recommendation. We'll come to that. Okay. We'll come to the finish the basic requirements first. Okay. So kids should be able to put share upload their books, upload the details of their books. Okay. And kids should be able to discover available books. Okay. And then what else? Recommendations like what Pam is. Okay, we'll come to that. Recommendation. I will discover recommendation. Kids should be able to order a book. Okay. Order a book or reserve a book. Let's call it reserve a book. Okay. And then system should provide recommendations. Okay, recommendations of books based on the preferences of the user. Okay, based on the searches of the user. Okay. Okay, that's it. It's understood. Recommendation of books. What else, folks? Should just provide.
It should be within the community. No transportation cost should.
Mm,
Transportation cost also.
so I think so. We can always say that if it's outside the community, then there will be some charge involved, and it's up to them. If they want to pay for it, they can pay for it. Why not? Right.
Okay.
So within the community is free, right? So sharing within the community is free, but chargeable if outside the community. Right. Okay. What else? System should user should pay a fee, a platform fee for using the service. Okay. Yeah. What else? Let's just keep it as a flat platform fee for now, right? Yeah. What else? Any other requirements you think we should have? Anyone?
Everyone should have a separate login so that they could see that whose book got sold. I mean, whose book is.
Yeah, system should allow users to register, kids to register. Okay. Parents, basically, parents of kids to register. Okay. And system should allow multiple kids per parent to use the platform. Is that fair enough? Okay. So kids to register with the option to enable the multiple logins. Or do you want to have the same login? Okay, let's just keep it simple now. Okay, let's not keep. Yeah, let's keep. Should allow parents to register. Let's just keep it simple now. Let's not complicate life. Okay. So all that we can do later. So one parent only will log in, the kids will log in, the parents thing, or parent only will log in, and that's fine. Okay. So yeah, so allow parents to register on behalf of the kids. Okay, so basically the parent will register and they'll pass on them to the kids to use. Okay, what else? Can we add something else? So let's think about what are the data science and AI kind of enhancements which we can take up, right, to kind of spruce up this application platform, correct? So can we provide a chat service for users to discover books and recommendations?
Sir, do we really require a chat service? Because discovering books, we can simply give a book name and you are already providing recommendations. Why do we actually go for chat service?
Correct. So typically, Lakshman, if I were to go to Amazon and just type, again, it's not like NLP queries, right? It's just like I say Harry Potter, it gives me Harry Potter books. But what if I say, show me books which have a genre similar to Harry Potter? Will it work?
When you give Harry Potter itself, it gives recommendations of Lord of the Rings, no? For Narnia.
That is recommendations, right? Now I'm saying show books. I am explicitly calling out Lakshman. What you are saying is I just search for Harry Potter and you provide me recommendations. That is fine, correct? My question is, I say explicitly, I want to see books for a particular genre called comedy and Harry Potter, right? And it's basically an NLP query, right? It's no longer like a general traditional recommendation. It's like an NLP query which I give, and I want you to honor the query and give me books. See, recommendations, I don't have control over it, right? As a user, I don't have control over your recommendations. Is that correct?
So actually, the ML algorithms, recommendation algorithms implicitly find latent relationships between the users. It is actually doing almost the same thing.
Yes.
So it's like the recommendations that ML algorithm is making is also like similar to what this is about.
No, that is true, Lakshman. But then as a user, I don't have control over what your ML algorithm is doing, correct? It will give me what it thinks is correct. But I explicitly want my preference to be honored. I want to kind of ask explicitly, show me, they may be dark comedy, right? Books related to dark comedy, right? Or horror. And I want to be able to ask in natural language. Will your recommendation thing help me directly? It won't, right? It will more likely help me like Amazon, right? So when I go to Amazon, I search for a product, I get a product, and then you show me recommendations based on collaborative filtering or content based filtering, correct? But I'm looking more from NLP based search. I want to search and with natural language, and you honor it. Now it need not be like a chat. It can be a search also, right? There's a search bar, and then you show me the books. That's fine. Works. So you don't have to provide NLP search is all right. Okay, let me put it this way. NLP search for users to discover books and provide recommendations. Okay. Would that be okay? So you'll have to design the backend to, again, in front end will just be an input box, nothing much, right? Backend would have to kind of figure out what is the intent of the user and get the data for that. Possible? Not possible? What do you guys think?
There is one more thing, so I have in my mind that if any kid is inviting his friends, so they can see that what books they have ordered and how they are progressing. So it will be a community leaderboard type of thing that this kid have done this, ordered this much book and completed, and he's proceeding to this book. So uh, it will be a community basis BookYard. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Only thing I'm concerned about is privacy. Correct. Would somebody be comfortable with other people knowing what I'm reading? I'm not sure.
No,
Right?
everybody shares that I ordered this book and now I'm like I've seen that in the social media they posted that I have ordered this book. And yes, so I'm thinking if this BookYard follows that same principle, so
So you're
that
saying provide a social platform or feed which mentions who's ordering what,
yes,
subject
Yeah,
to.
that is good actually. So either a social media platform wherein someone publishing it can actually create a post and say, I'm sharing this, or someone might be asking, I'm looking for this book. Or maybe every time someone is uploading a book, there can be a notification sent to
and
everyone.
this will be very helpful for us to get about what book is like most in the search here. So which book is the most demanding book here? So
And that's great, Rahul. That's a good idea. So we can do the social platform. It's like so. Let's have provide a feed. Okay, let's do a
yes,
feed.
yes. So this will be a fit. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
which mentions who is ordering what. Okay, subject to the approval of the user. Now, if a user is ordering something and the user is not comfortable with everybody knowing it, they can put settings. Okay,
yes, yes.
there can be notification settings, just like LinkedIn, right?
Hmm.
For a user to for each user to to control this. Okay, so basically, if someone says no, I'm ordering, but I don't want to be everybody know, that's fine. But otherwise, you can say so and so person ordered so and so, right? Just if that's the case, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, interesting. Okay, what else, guys? So putting up the feed is going to be a bit tricky, right? From an engineering perspective. But again, not at when the scale is low, but when the scale becomes high, like Twitter and all, that engineering design is pretty interesting. I'm not saying impossible, but yeah. What else, guys? NLP search feed. What about how about, since anyhow we are saying BookYard and all this stuff? Do you want to provide any kind of a RAG kind of a service? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe you folks can think about it. Like typically, again, if you look at it, most data science and AI applications today, pretty much if you look at, there are four pillars. So one is classic ML, right, which is again your traditional recommendations and all that. Then you have neural networks and all. So that's where you have some of this NLP based search and all that coming in. Then you have agents, and then you have RAG, correct? So again, I don't think we have still touched in anything to do with RAG or agents so far. So do you folks see any use case of them? Anywhere where we could apply agents into this? Any use case which can kind of get helpful with this? So I think we can do one thing. One thing I'm just thinking out loud. Again, you folks can chime in. Having a system which will kind of look at, again, I don't know if you want an agent for that, but kids keep forgetting all the time, correct? They kind of exchange a book, but then you can't keep it forever, right? You have to return it after a certain point in time, right? Or we do a barter system where I give one, you give one, right? But not necessarily every time everybody needs a book back. Maybe we just issue it to somebody and we get some credits, right? Something like that. So let's say I give it to Rahul for 10 days. So each day I get 10 credits. So that's 100 credits in my account. And I can use these 100 credits or, for I give it to Rahul for 10 days, so I get 100 credits, and I can use this 100 credits to borrow it from Lakshman, let's say, right? For 5 days. So 50 credits I use. So I still have 50 more credits, right? Rohit has an idea. Yeah, Rohit.
Yeah, the credit system seems good, but how do we define the credit system? Like, is the price like credit averaged for all the books? Like, because some books have higher price and some books have lower price. So, is the credits averaged across all the books, or is it on a case by case basis?
So the way I look at it, I think when you are looking at something like this, you won't really look at the price of the book, right? Because that becomes tricky then, right? Who's going to decide the price? It's the second-hand item, right? So I understand, maybe it's going to be on a per unit basis. That's how I look at it, right? So you might be giving out a book of an encyclopedia, Britannica maybe, but I don't know, you bought it for $3,000. Somebody is kind of exchanging it for a smaller book for say $300. I still think it's just individual entities because what happens is price becomes tricky because the 3,000 encyclopedia, what you bought it for, what is the price today? We don't know. Who decides the price? It becomes tricky, right?
So
Yeah.
the credit system we can do on this basis. For example, let us say one book had a demand of 10 people and the other book had only demand of one person. So the person who is actually putting the book should get 10 credits, and any person who wants to rent that immediately should need 10 credits. So it is like because when there is a high demand for a book, you can't cater it to all of them. So there should be a credit threshold so that only few people who have the required credits can access it. So it's like the number of credits you require to access a book depends upon the demand, proportional to the demand.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Actually, that's what I thought. But the point is, so what we'll do is again from a time check, right? Because we can keep on going and discussing this. Maybe let's put a time check 10:45 or maybe 10:50 is when we close the requirements and move ahead. Is that a fair thing? 10:45. Another 8 minutes we'll talk about requirements.
11:45.
11:45. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 11:45. Yeah. So 11:45 is when we close on the requirements. Okay. So let's quickly iterate another 8 minutes and move on because otherwise I think we will keep on going. But yeah, it's a good point, Lakshman. I also thought through that. The only challenge I see that is how do you define demand, right? Are you saying
Demand? It's like number of people who requested for the book.
so? You mean to say searched and then say reserved number of people who reserved it?
Yeah,
Correct?
exactly.
Yeah. So depending on the demand, you're saying the price will rise. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not about the price system. It's about the credit system I'm talking about.
Credit.
Yeah.
Right.
Quantifying credits. If at all we are going with a credit system, we need to quantify them based on the rules, correct? So this is one of the rules that we can use.
So way I look at it, yeah, that's one school of thought. One thing I was thinking about is, let's say you want to use the platform, you don't pay the flat platform fee, you buy credits. Okay, so let's say you bought 100 rupees, you bought 100 credits. Okay, now you can borrow any book for every day it's 10 credits. Let's say, okay, irrespective of what book it is. Now the person, see, there has to be some incentive for people to share because what will happen, human mindset. Just because I built a platform, people will not come and share. Okay, people need an incentive. Everybody needs an incentive, correct? That's how the
They
startups
get
work.
the credits. They get the credits. So that's what I'm saying. So if as I told you, if the demand is 10 people and the
Yeah.
book, and someone shared that book, okay, so he gets 10 credits in his score. The person who shared the book to the platform will get 10 credits, whereas if he shared the book that is demanded by only one person, he gets only 1 credit. So the number of credits a person gets by sharing a book is also based on the demand.
No, I got that, but the challenge is demand over what period of time. Let's say I put my book today up today. Okay, today is 10 Jan. I put up my book today, Harry Potter. Okay, and the Sorcerer's Chamber. Now what will happen is today nobody will come and order, correct? Because immediately people want to discover. So what I will do is I will not give it to anybody. I'll keep holding it until I get a sizable demand, and then I wait. Right? Then it defeats the purpose. Correct? So people will hold it up. They will not release it to anyone until their demand rises. Right? Then it becomes counterintuitive. So you getting what I'm saying, Lakshman? So you got it right. That's a flaw in that model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think initially we can propose for a flat out credits, no matter the price of book or whatever it is. So simply this is a book sharing platform. So you put up the book on the platform, you get 1 credit per day or week or something we define. And so it gives me the incentive. Okay, I have 10 books with me which I'm not studying, so I put it up on the platform. I get some credits which I may use in the future to borrow some other books
Some
and
other
comes
book.
with me.
Exactly. That's right. That's what we'll do, right? So reserve a book using the credits, okay? Using the credits which you can buy or earn through sharing, okay? So every time you share a book, you get credits which you can use somewhere else. Or if you don't have any books to share, you can buy the credits. And that's how the platform makes money. Okay? That work?
Cool. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, even the platform can take a percentage of the credit too. That works.
Yeah, credits are virtual tokens, right? There's nothing, no money there. Credits is virtual money, right? So the real money comes when somebody pays for it, right? So soon it'll be like Claude, right? Today I paid $5, right? Because it's a free thing. Claude is free, but then I desperately need it, I'll pay for it, correct? So that's how it is. So provide a credits-based system. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
but where will be the desperation for this BookYard?
Desperation means?
Like you told na ki you have that desperation that you need that $5 for the Claude Pro version.
Yeah,
So where we will find that desperation in the user
I'll tell you.
mindset?
I'll tell you where it is, right? See, you'll see, right? Typically, kids generally want the latest stuff which is out there. I don't know, says Harry Potter and all these, right? So, or there's a series of books, right? Dairy of Wimpy Kids. So, typically, what happens is you read a series. There are one or two books you are left over. You want to take them, right? And if you want them, again, we are not saying that each book is varied based on credits. Let's say flat credits for all books, like every day, 10 credits for every book. For every day you rent it out. Okay. If you want it, you will just consume the credits and you can take it. If you're saying desperation in terms of why would somebody want it, yeah, only if there is a need, they will come, right? If somebody wants it. See, again, it's fun and simple here. Every time, if you look at the three categories I mentioned, right? The fiction and storybooks are something that kids will want. Okay, this is for the parents sharing school materials, not for the kids. Clearly, this is also for parents. Okay, now today parents spend tons of money. Okay, lots of money for this exam preparation material. Trust me. Okay, it costs a lot. Bomb. Each one of those HC Verma or all these whatever these preparation books are there, they cost tons of money. So imagine if you are just able to get them for a nominal fee, why not, right? And you take it, and then you after 1 year you give it out to somebody else, right? So that way you know that whatever you're spending today, you will get it back somewhere down the line, right? So desperation is basically again hai to kyun nahi? I mean, and most of the times I'll tell you the difference between school study material and exam study material is school study material is kids are very touchy, right? That person already wrote it this handwriting, so I want to use it, right? So that's why these are not for the kids, they're for the parents, like backup. Because I know, right? Because we use the backup. My kid will say, I lost a book. So what do? We take backup. That backup book is there, no, take it from there. And of course, the kid can't complain then, that writing is there because you lost a book. Your problem, right? So they will not say anything, they keep quiet. So, but calm ho jata hai, right? I mean, no big deal. And if I'm able to get the study material for the nominal, like $100, $200, whatever, yeah, right? Why not? Who cares nowadays, right? So it's always, people are spending lakhs of rupees, right? 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs on their kids' fees. This is like nothing much. Rohit, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, from what you said, I got a challenge here. So, what if the borrowed book has been lost?
Yeah, good point. What if a borrowed book has been lost? Is a good point. So we will have to, yeah. So that's where you will have this, some amount of prepaid money, right? Like you will have to keep it. Yeah, some advance platform cases. You have some advance, right, for lost books. You will
Yeah.
have to. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
should
mean,
we
like,
design a rule like only after the borrowed book is returned, he can borrow another book, or can he
Yes,
borrow as many as
yeah.
he can?
Yeah, no, the reserve a book using credits. See, again, you can buy as many as you want, but then you will have to cover it with the cost, some nominal cost. You want 3 books, then you pay in advance of 3 into whatever 500 or something, correct? So if you are having that provision, that cover provided, like 500 is what we can keep, right? 500 per advance per book, right? So you will have to pay some advance of rupees 500 per book. So if you want to borrow 3 books, you pay 1500 advance, right? And only then you can borrow 3. Borrowing only one. And again, some of these books you don't return here. Study school material and all. You don't return to anybody. You just take it and you keep it, right? Or you can put it out, or maybe we can keep it as somebody is just putting it out for clearance sale. Take this whole thing out for 200, 300,000, whatever. Correct? We can do that also. Not every time is it about exchanging, right? Sometimes you can just keep this. So we are providing an
In
option.
that case, sorry to interrupt. In this case, we can mark the books by tags. Like let's say I submit a book and I am okay with it being returned, or it is taken by someone else.
Correct. Okay. So yeah, so basically you're saying user should be able to classify if the sharing intent is to
Borrow
give away.
or sell.
Yeah, give away. Some people just give away. I don't want anything. Give away or to sell. Right? The quoting account.
Also, another point, let us say let's take an example of an IIT book or HC Verma or whatever. The intermediate second year student wants to get rid of it in the month of June or July, but the person who wants to take it might be thinking of taking it in December or January or February. So the demand and supply will not be at the same time. So should we actually take it from them, save it with our own? Should we have our own
Inventory.
backend?
Basically, you're saying should you maintain inventory?
Correct.
Yeah, no, we are not maintaining inventory now. Okay, we're not maintaining an inventory right now because that's a different problem to solve, right? Because again, you're going to have
Correct,
warehouse.
but do we have any alternate system for that? Because this is a generic use query. So
Yeah, that's the point. Okay, we can do system should allow future dated reservation. Okay, future dated reservation of books subject to the convenience of both parties. Okay.
So also another point, this is something that I didn't think we didn't consider. So let us say on book platform, everything is there, but let us say I am sitting in Bangalore and said I have this book I can give away, and someone in Hyderabad wants to take it. Who is going to do that parceling? I mean, like how do we?
No, it's like Dunzo, right? You pay for the Dunzo. That's it. You pay for the transport if somebody is willing to go for that. Yeah, again,
We shouldn't
if
think
that
of
is the case, then we can use the banking system to manage kind of inventory. So it is like, let us say I have a book and I want to share it, and now there is no one to take it, and so I can just mention it in the platform that I am ready to share this book, and I get credits. Okay. But I am liable to share it whenever someone demands it.
No, you don't get credits, Lakshman, whenever you share it. You get credits if someone reserves it and reserves it for a period of time. That's when you get the credits.
So that's what I'm trying to explain. So let us say I completed inter second year, and in the month of June, all my exams are over, and I want to get rid of my IIT concepts of physics or whatever books I want. But the person who wants it is actually in December. He gets serious about now my exams are coming near, and I want to take it.
Correct.
So in this buffer period, how do we handle this problem? Is what I am suggesting is in June I will raise a post in this platform saying that I have these books. Anyone can take it whenever they want.
Okay.
The demand is not there, but he posts that I have these books. Anyone who wants can take it, and then he gets a credit to actually leverage it. So he gets a credits and he buys whatever he wants using those credits. Okay. And then until December, no one touches it, and on December, someone comes and takes it. So someone says, "I require it." Okay, and then he is liable to give it.
No, but the challenge is you're saying that in June he puts them out and he gets the credits also. You're saying that? Are you saying he gets?
Or else why does he put the book?
No, so the point is that, right, the moment you get the credits and you use it up, what if he doesn't give it in December? Or he says, sorry, I need them now in December, then what? Right? Then system breaks down. So the funda is simple. You put a book whenever you want to put a book, no problem. But if somebody has a need for it, that's when you get either the credits in an exchange system, or if somebody wants to buy it out flat, you get the payment for the whatever they pay. That's it.
Okay.
right? Now, see, otherwise what happens, Lakshman, is it becomes a nightmare, right? Because see, one of the things that's coming to my mind is I can reserve a book and I'm giving the platform some credits, right? So, but what if the other person does not honor? They don't do the actual exchange and doesn't happen, then what? Who does a reversal and all that? So these kind of complications do exist in this kind of a platform, correct? There'll be unscrupulous elements and all that stuff. So right now, we are just saying within gated communities, we are not really looking expanding the scope of intercity and all, okay, just to set the scope. Okay, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it within the ambit of within a small community. It's kind of people know each other and that kind of a thing. Let's again, let's not complicate all the edge cases and everything.
Yes.
So otherwise, because if you start doing that, that's why I put a hard stop on the time we have, right? Otherwise, we'll keep on looking at all the possibilities and never ends, right?
So we actually didn't discuss anything related to recommendation system. What kind of the thing
I
you
think we
want to?
mentioned right here we did mention system should provide recommendation of books. We did mention, right? This is what it is. We didn't talk about the specifics, Lakshman, and that is technical requirements. We're talking about functional requirements right now. Both are different,
Okay.
right? From a system design perspective, functional requirements are different from technical requirements, right? No, non-functional requirements, correct? So let's stop. See again, with respect to RAG, see agents again. I was thinking about like from an agentic perspective, we could have something that reminds users about an impending, return. So, right now, kids keep forgetting all the time, and you have to return books. Otherwise, what will happen is, without knowing the credits are going, nothing is happening. So again, we really don't need agents there, right?
Notification system, a simple notification system.
A simple notification system, right? So yeah, so system again, system should notify the users, right, about the due dates for return for books. Okay, one requirement I was thinking, and maybe it's a bit dicey requirement, is system should perform sentiment analysis, okay, and notify, I don't know, parents or stakeholders if there are any sentiment analysis and anomaly detection, right? Okay. And notify parents or key stakeholders, okay, if there are any fraudulent or malevolent intentions by some participants. Okay, so what I'm talking about is when I talk about sentiment analysis, I'm talking about kids kind of searching for something very that's on the edge, right? Certain kids look for horror is okay, comedy is okay, but sometimes kids look for extreme kind of they have extreme tendencies, and they look for searching for books related to that kind of stuff, like books on I don't know, guns, or books on violence, books on I don't know, topics which are not relevant or suitable for kids at their age, right? Possible, right? Certain I don't know, again, something on porn or anything else people are searching, kids are searching. It's a bit of a concern, right? Sometimes if you're seeing kids searching for this, maybe we provide notifications. I'm just thinking out loud. Again, it's a bit of a data privacy kind of thing, but again, anomaly detection again is more like other bad actors in the system. Now that you have kids coming into the system, is there somebody who wants to take advantage of it? Say that I have a book, but try to do something else, right? Try to mislead them or something, right? So, or maybe someone has joined into the community although they don't belong to the community, and trying to kind of attract the attention of some kids, correct? So again, I'm just trying to see how can AI help in these kind of activities. Okay, we could leverage AI for performing these activities and helping the users. Okay, yeah, sorry, you're saying the two guys raised their hands. Yeah, that's right. You had something.
So so my idea is why not cut the source? So for example, if someone is sharing an erotica book or something, do you want to give the platform child safe and prevent these people from sharing actually these sources of
Yeah.
material?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea actually. Yeah.
Content moderation.
So then we don't require AI to actually do anything, because if at all, even if the person or child is searching for it, it is like there is no source to provide. That is a better way to cut it off.
See, see, Lakshman, what happens is you can try your best to prevent the source part of it, but you cannot be 100% sure, right? So you still need
No,
to
it is like we have this moderations even on Reddit and certain things we have moderations, correct? So we will have the control on which source is actually in and which source is not.
Also, here I think introducing the feed is a bad one, because feed attracts bad content. Like you see, a Facebook or any other platform, it is really hard to get rid of malicious content, and there are so many moderators working in the behind to regulate the content, removing all the bad content. So I think it is a challenge to handle feed. Even yeah, initially it may be low. We can have specific moderators that can control the feed on what people can post, what people can put the books upon. So everything will be again coming to manual. So again, manual comes with cost.
I get that's a good point, Rohit. I totally.
So actually, the posting should be configured like only you will have a two options there. Either you're sharing a book or you're requesting for a book. So it's not like we are making it a Twitter-like platform wherein you can post anything in text or image. You simply have two buttons. You are sharing some book, or you are actually
Correct.
only like requesting for some book, and you can
Yeah.
actually add only the screenshots of the title pages.
Yeah, I understood that point, Lakshman. Like, so you're saying I will not add any picture of the book, right? So, okay, if I were able to put screenshot or photo of a book in the photo, I can put whatever image I want. I can put
Correct,
whatever content I want. So,
correct.
if I only add the book, it will not provide enough confidence of me having a book. So I can just spam out the books I don't have and post it on the platform. So
So
what is the
maybe
credibility
here
of?
we can use AI image detection to actually do the moderator job of actually removing any obscene content in the screenshots.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. So I totally agree on that. See, Funda is Rohit again. Can we not use AI if we are seeing that people are writing stuff which is not acceptable, right? Can we not use AI? Suppose they're using obscene words or sentiment analysis and all that. You get to know, right? See, today, if you tell me, can Facebook not moderate all this stuff? They can, but they don't want to, right? Because that's how their platform grows, right?
Yeah,
No, actually, the issue with moderation is the gray zone. It's not like, see, explicit obscene content will definitely get moderated, but
Yeah.
it's the gray zone that is a issue.
Yes, if it's gray zone, also we flag it, right? And for human in the loop, right? So we flag gray zone content, and then we improve our model or whatever we are building, correct? So that's how I look at
No,
it.
by the word gray zone, I mean it's subjective interpretation. So
Yes, I
what
understand.
seems
Subjective.
obscene to
Wherever,
one person is
yes,
not.
wherever it's subjective, we flag those, right? So we say I'm permitting this for now, but the system will pass it on to a human to check it. I think this is gray zone. Why
Uh,
did you, right?
the only way we can actually handle it is not like giving our so it's not like the moderator's opinion, but if enough people has flagged it, let us say there is some post with obscene content and enough people has flagged it, that is a indicator of moderator saying here is the number of people who are flagging it, and so we are actually removing your post.
Okay. So let's take a call, guys. Okay, right now we are not providing the option to actually write any content. We're just saying A, borrow this book, B, share this book, whatever, stuff like that. That's it. No content. Okay. Let's not complicate life, because feed is a very tricky engineering piece. Okay. How you design the feed is very tricky. Okay. Yeah, Rahul, you're saying something.
I was just saying, let's not complicate it. And if someone is posting and in the community or in the feed, let the people decide that whether it suits them well or not. we can give an upvote or downvote. So if the upvote rises, we can able to analyze that it is the most demanding part, and also we can use AI to judge whether the content
Yeah,
suits
yeah, yeah.
well or not.
Yeah, that's
So
why that's why I mentioned
It
that.
becomes, yeah, again, Rahul, here it becomes Reddit. Reddit is a, Reddit, like it is
Yeah,
moderated by community, people itself. So some subreddits allow uh, different types of content. Some are kid friendly, some are not kid friendly. So here, if we are building a platform, we are responsible for all the moderation and stuff. So
correct.
if you decide it to the community, some people will say they will allow it, but as a platform owner, you know that this content should not exist. So you as a platform should come up with the rules. Okay, if you are
Yeah,
making
so now
this
we
platform
can, yes, yes.
kid
For
friendly,
now we
there
can
are,
remove the feed section. I think that
yes,
will be pretty much simple for
yes,
us.
yes. If it is kid friendly, there needs to be so many rules uh, to be put upon. So the
Agreed,
restrictions
agreed,
will be
agreed.
high.
correct. Got it.
So, just like I am mentioning, we'll have a share. I'm sharing this book one, and I am looking for this book one, and there would be one image that they can upload, and AI actually decides whether it can exist or it's a removable one.
Correct. So I think I mentioned one point here, the last 2 points, 15 and 16. Okay, so 15th is basically saying provide child safety by preventing books related to adult content, correct, from being shared on platform. 16 is saying use AI to load the books automatically. So people don't have to type, you just take the screenshot of front and back and it just detects it, okay, and loads in, okay. Also, if someone is searching for a book, they can simply upload a screenshot of a book, okay, taken from Amazon, okay, to search, right, instead of actually typing it out. Cool, by so and so author, everything, right? Makes sense. So I think you'll have some AI here to kind of get that and search it out and get the results out. Makes sense.
Yes.
So it'll be a little bit challenging though, but I think it'll be an interesting problem to solve. Okay. So I think we have some interesting stuff. Okay. We have some classical ML. I think book recommendation is now a little bit of traditional ML, and I don't think we have used RAG anywhere here. Although we can force fit it, but I don't think we need it right now. Okay. Maybe we can have RAG kind of a Q&A kind of answering system, if at all, right? But we'll see later. Right now, I think we can take it easy. Now, let's just quickly any points here before we move on, because I think we'll have to baseline. It's an hour now. We've kind of put some high level requirements. Let's start getting the system going. Okay. So, any questions here till now? Good enough. So now that we, sorry.
We can proceed, sir.
Yeah, okay. So let's look at the non-functional requirements. Okay. So typically from a system design perspective, you need to first document the functional requirements, okay, and then the non-functional requirements, okay. And in the non-functional requirements, we're looking at what are the requirements, guys? System should, again, I think should enable child safety. Is it a functional or non-functional requirement? Should provide a safe environment, okay, for kids to be able to build trust in borrowing, in sharing and borrowing, okay. So this is something that's important, right? Then system should be highly available, right? Because again, not very highly available. I mean, should be available though. Okay, fine. I mean, system should the uploading the upload, the books upload and search and recommendation recommendation services should be should have low latency, right? So it should be like, you should be able to get this things really fast. I mean, if you're saying that I provide these features but it takes hell of a lot of time, nobody's going to use it, correct? And yeah, and yeah. So I think let's just keep it here now. Okay, let's move on. Next part, function, then high level design. Okay, high level design. Okay, so let's talk about the high level design. What are we talking about? Let's look at eraser. Okay, so Yeah, you can see my screen, right? So we'll quickly again draw out the design of this. Yeah, my system is running out of memory. Okay. 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 You can see my screen now. Hello. Audible? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So let's just quickly do the system design, guys. Okay, so from the perspective of the client side, what are we looking at? Are we looking at web app, mobile app? What are we looking at? Web app. Okay, let's not talk. Let's keep simple. Then we are talking about the again the gateway, API gateway in between. It's going to kind of communicate between this and our services. Then we are going to have our service, right? Backend services. So you're I'm going for microservices or monolith, guys.
Monolith should do.
Okay, saying monolith. Who's saying monolith?
Me. We can start off with a monolith, and we can scale it. I mean, we can scale it horizontally or vertically based on how the demand goes, right?
Okay.
So if we initially anticipate so much of demand, we can have some load balancers and monolith spread across multiples. Like we can separate the database from the web agents, web services, and web services will be rotated by the load balancer based on the load. And we can use caching servers, like we can use caching like Redis. All of this comes to play.
Okay, sure. So typically, I don't hear that often. People talking about using a monolith. What are your thoughts from the others? Although I'm okay with that. Okay. What are the thoughts of the others? What do you people think? Should you go with the monolith or a microservice-based architecture? Let's go with the monolith. Okay. So why are we going with monolith? Because we are still not at the stage where we are really having such large scale services that we need to deploy them separately and scale them separately, right? Only when you have services that really operate at that scale, you need to segregate them. Okay.
Yes.
So what are the challenges with microservices? Anyone? Why is monolith a better decision now? What are the challenges with microservices? If I went over microservice architecture right now, anyone?
It's to it gets complicated to handle different services, because at a large scale microservices will be handled by multiple teams. So one team looks into one particular service, one whole team looks into
Hey,
search.
don't worry about the teams and the people, because I think there are 18 people who joined now. I think we have a good number of people, right? So I don't think people and handling those services is a challenge. What is the engineering challenge of microservices? What is the engineering challenge? So that's the stuff which never gets talked about, right? If you see most of the system design, YouTube videos and all, right? Nobody talks about that, right? They just talk about, first thing they'll assume it's a microservice and they'll go ahead and start, right? The engineering challenge, anyone wants to take a stab at it? What is the definition of a microservice, first of all, right? How do you define a microservice, anyone? What's the engineering difference between a microservice and a monolith? Anyone? Engineering difference means, I mean, don't give me general stuff like monolith is single and microservices micro and all that stuff. Engineering wise, how does it differ? How does a service which is a monolith differ from an engineering perspective in terms of deployment? Let me ask from that perspective. In terms of deployment, how do they differ?
Maintaining consistency throughout the code, it's quite challenging.
Maintaining what? Sorry?
Consistency.
Consistency. Sorry? Consistency?
So
Yeah, not consistency, right? Yeah, anybody else?
Main thing I would talk about is maintenance. So it is easier to maintain a single system when I'm not on scale, rather than maintaining 10 different services and checking where the problem has arose. So, like for example, one part of the system is down, and I don't know where to start with the diagnosis.
No,
Right?
but
So
that,
this
no,
is-
but Rohit, yeah, I think you're contradicting yourself, right? See, if you have a system which has multiple services, right? If something breaks down, you immediately know what broke. In a monolith, you don't know what really broke, right? Anything can break. The whole thing will break. You don't know what broke. In a microservice, you have 10 different services. You know which exact service broke because you have your observability data out, correct?
yeah,
You know that the service is error out. You go and fix it. That's easy as compared to this. So it's actually a benefit of using microservices, right? But the challenge of microservices from an engineering perspective, I'll tell you, is deployment, correct? What is the definition of microservice? Every single microservice is deployed separately, right? It can have its own language. One can be in Go, one can be in Java, one can be in Golang, and you deploy them separately, right? And because you deploy them separately, your separate services, I don't care what you have done under the hood in terms of coding there. And that's the power I get out of it, right? I can have any developer, I can have anyone, I can have any kind of updates being done without impacting the others. Anything goes down, it doesn't pull the entire system down, right? So microservices are the way to go. But if you see it, I need to deploy, if I have 10 services, I deploy 10 different times, 10 different instances separately. It's a DevOps nightmare, right? Now, for a large organization, it works out because it justifies having a few resources who will manage all these. The other thing is inter-service communication, right? When I have all these services communicating with each other, right? Transferring data, which is not a problem, right? But the point is, deploying it and maintaining all of them becomes a nightmare, right? So suppose we are just a few 18 members development team. Imagine if we had to say, okay, I want to deploy this service. Okay, where is it deployed? Is it on render? Is it on EC2? Some can be on Docker. Some can be, it can be any of these. So you really don't want to go for that at this stage. And that's the reason why we have a single repo. We just go deploy it and that's it. Life is good, right? The trade-off involved or the issue involved in the monolith at this stage is that if Rahul wants to work on it and Lakshman wants to work on it and I want to work on it and Rohit wants to work on it, one of us has to make a change. Everybody has to get impacted because of a service restart, correct? And the code has to be pushed. All of us are in the same repo pretty much, and pretty much all that nightmare will be there, right? So, but if you use separate repos, if you do separate microservices altogether, of course, you don't need to have separate repos perfectly. You can have the same repo for microservices too. You just deploy them separately, correct? But the funda is, at this stage, we are small. We just want to keep it lightweight, maintainable. Just go ahead with monolith. Later on, we'll see which services need to be scaled. We then separate them out into their own microservices. Okay, cool on that. So now that we have this, we are going ahead with monolith. Okay, we're saying chuck it. Let's keep it simple. Database is there. Okay, let's just quickly make some architectural decisions, right? What are backend? When you say backend, what are we looking at? So we are working primarily on Python. Okay, so this whole initiative is centered around the data science AI ML kind of initiative with React also, right? That's the full stack that I'm looking at. So front end is React. Okay, definitely not Streamlit. Okay, so React is a front end, Python is a backend. So pretty much if you see, as far as I have seen, I have not interacted with any startup recently who have not used anything apart from React and Python for their stacks, right? Pretty much standard. Everybody is going with this. I mean, it's like set in stone, because it's tightly coupled and easy to use, and you get awesome support. Of course, some people do use other stuff, but if you're in the data science stack, this is pretty much it. So if you're good at these two, you can get a job anyway, guys. Next thing we're looking at tech stack. What else are we looking at? Are we looking at anything else? Okay, we'll come back to this. Okay, so again, we will have some recommendation algorithms, right? So ML algorithms we'll use. Okay, again, I think we have some collaborative filtering, and content-based filtering. Okay, for recommendation, right? And we will definitely use for our NLP, NLP search. We're going to use NLP search too, right? To kind of deconstruct it and go and understand the user's intent. Users say, show me books in dark comedy or show me books in comedy. And you should be able to understand the intent and search and get it back, right? So a little bit of interesting stuff there. We'll be doing that too. Database, what are we looking at? Let's go with MongoDB. Okay. With MySQL too, but it's okay. MongoDB is easy. It provides MongoDB Atlas, easy to use, get things going. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about MySQL. It's another pain, right? You have to figure out where to deploy it and all that stuff. So MongoDB Atlas, it gives you the entire environment. Okay. So web app again. Here we are looking at React pretty much, right? So it probably goes here. There. So and what else? So
Authentication service. Authentication.
authentication. Okay, makes sense. Authentication. So we'll use Google. We'll use Firebase. Okay. Firebase. Google Firebase. Okay.
So if we are going with Google Firebase again we deploy another MongoDB outside. So Google Firebase readily has a real-time database, Firestore, and many good stuff.
Yeah, it does. I understand. Firebase
Again,
has a Firestore, but it's. I feel it's a big pain to use that Firestore. It's not so intuitive or uh, right. You
yeah,
agree?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's
So
just
in
really.
that case, yeah, usually when I do some side projects on my own, I find Supabase to be very interesting. It is a wrapper on top of Postgres, right?
Yeah.
So Postgres, until you learn how it works, it will be a pain. But once you get working with Postgres, it is really good. Like you can have your vector DB integrated to run any RAG in the future. You can use it as a what is a caching server, whatever it is, whatever you name it. Everything will be supported by PostgreSQL, and it is the industry standard. Uh,
Yeah, makes sense. I think we can try it out, right? I'm up for it. We can try it because it's a relational database, right?
Yes, it is relational, and Supabase already provides you authentication out of the box, and there are many good stuff you can just explore.
Yeah. No, I think for the sake of, again, I'm not a avid user of Supabase. I use MongoDB. It's like, it's super easy for me. But for the sake, again, I think it'll be interesting. I've seen people using Supabase a lot. So let's go for Supabase. Okay. We're primarily using PostgreSQL in that, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So Supabase again. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's say Postgres SQL. How's the spelling? And just want to check this. Postgre.
Supabase is like you can host it on your own, or you can host a managed service. So
Correct. Like
both
render.
anyways it works. Yeah.
Okay. Just like render, right? Something like render. Okay, fine. That's good. And then I think we will also have to use some amount of algorithms on computer vision too, right? Algorithms. Okay, so I think we'll have to put that too, because I think you're talking about uploading images and all that. So some computer vision algorithms too. Okay. NLP search. Okay. Yeah. So NLP search algorithm also. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I think that's it from a high level architecture perspective. Anything else we missed? Right. So yeah, we can have something for notifications also, but we could probably look at that later. Yeah. So again, from the perspective, again, since we're saying it's the backend service monolith, we just put that created is using Python. Again, we'll go for fast API. Okay. Because simple, easy, fast to move, right? And yeah, that's it. So let's get going. Again, any questions here before we move on? Right. So what I've done is I've created a repository. Okay. It's called BookYard. Okay. Right now it's empty, brand new. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll share this repo with you guys. Okay. Oh, I didn't create. I mean, where is this ability to clone it? Right. It shows an option to clone. Okay. I'm not in this one. Okay. Give me a second. I think.
You can fork.
Yeah, I'm not the author on that. That's why it's showing that. I'm not the admin on that. So give me a second. I'll just put in as an admin. So again, before we proceed, again, let me just pull up another system.
So please share the doc, sir.
Which doc? This doc?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll do that. So before we get to this, I just wanted to share something in terms of how you kind of how you're going to contribute, right? How are you going to manage the task part of it? Okay, so I'll show you something which we use as part of our project school, right? So you folks can go to linkedin.com/project-school, right? So I'm just sharing the link here, so that will help you not put in. Okay, so once you get in over here, right? So all of you can see this, right? You'll see something like this. Once you log in, it'll ask you for a SSO or something. Once you finish your SSO, it'll allow you to add tasks here. Okay. So this is a means for you to track your tasks and complete them, or put your comments and all that stuff, right? So again, if you have this particular task, right? So whatever description is there, you can put it in, and if you're done, you mark it as complete. Or if you have any comments, you can put your comments. Okay. So I get a notification, and I can interact, or others who look at this, others can't see this task right now. But if you want to communicate with me, as the moderator for this right now, I get the comments until we get to a point where we all can see the tasks across everyone. Right now, this is only at one-on-one level. Okay. So I would like all of you to just get into alumnus.com/project-school, right? So here on the left side, you have these tasks. So these tasks are the tasks which you need to add depending on what you want to contribute today, right? So some of you can say, I want to create a fast endpoint, API endpoint for this, for that, whatever, right? I'll create these issues, and you can assign yourself. So in the meantime, you just get into Project School and just sign in and come to the screen. I will connect to another system. Actually, I don't have access to this account, Alumnx AI Labs account here. I'll just connect to another system. Give me 2 minutes. In the meantime, if you have not already done, just get into this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just connecting from another system. Give me a second. So what we'll do as the next steps, you guys still with me? Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll quickly identify what tasks we need to have and where I need help on a high level, and we can quickly allocate the tasks and get going for the rest of the day. Okay. So give me a minute. I'm just joining from the other system. Okay. Let me share my screen from there. Okay. So let's put this up here. Yeah, let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah. Yeah. You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So cool. So I'm going to again. You can see my screen, right? So this is the repo, guys. Okay, so this is the BookYard repo. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to. So how many of you are comfortable with forking a repo, cloning a repo, and raising the PR? Have you ever done it before? You folks, has anyone? Can you just raise your hands if you are comfortable with forking? Yeah, Saitej also raised. Okay, that's great. Some of you are already comfortable. That's great. Okay. So what we'll do is I'll share this repo. Okay. So I want you. I'll just push something here. Let me just add a readme.md here. I'll get a new file here just so that it gets initialized. Welcome to BookYard. Okay, so okay. Come on. Yeah, great. So we have the repo here, guys. I just want you people to contribute to this, fork it, clone it, and raise a PR as a first step, right? So I'll put the repo link over here. Okay. Yeah. So I put the repo link here. Okay. So what you can do is fork it, clone it, and just raise a pull request to the readme.md saying, if Lakshman is there, you can say hello from Lakshman, right? Or if maybe somebody else is there, Sai Teja is there, hello from Sai Teja. Okay, and just raise a pull request so that I get the the pull request over I get, so that I know that, that's the first step, right? So what you have to do is what I'll do, I'll give me a second, I'll give you some videos which will be easy for you to do this. Give me a second. So I'll share some videos with you of mine which will help you in doing this. Give me a second. Yeah, so there is this video called how to fork a repo step by step for beginners. Okay, so this is from me. Okay, you can take this. This is for how to fork this repo. Now, how do you fork it into your repo? Okay, there is one more video here which will talk about how to clone a repo. Okay, and there's one more repo here which is how to raise a pull request. Okay. So these are the three videos. I would like you people to kind of add them as tasks. Okay, so go to alumnx.com/project-school, right? And inside this one, raising a PR, right? The third step is raising a PR. Once you're in project school, just add your tasks here, guys. Okay, your first task is fork a repo, right? And you just copy, whatever this task which I gave here, right? How to fork a repo here. That's okay. You just put that in for your reference. Okay. And fork the repo at. So this is your first task. What is the repo link I gave? This one, right? For the repo at. So these are your tasks which you can put it in, and it'll kind of give you some good confidence that you are. Okay, I think there's some problem. Huh? What happened? It's not working. Yeah. Is it not working, guys?
The one we have is not working. It's
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, fork the repo. So this is the first task. Okay. Next task is, again, you can delete it, guys. Okay. Next task is clone the repo. What happened to this? I think it's a net issue or something. Okay, I think it's looking for both. Yeah. So the other one is raise the PR. Okay, so raise the PR by updating your name in the readme.md file. Okay, so put it in the description. Same things, guys. Okay, so you have three tasks. Okay, so once you are done with each one of them, just mark as complete. Okay, so mark as complete, and it goes to the bottom. Okay. So if it's not completed, then it moves back up. Okay. So I'll just delete the ones in mine. So these are the three tasks. First, put it into your thing and knock them out one after the other, guys. Okay. So it gives a good feeling that you're actually building something, correct? So the next thing is about the tasks which I will, so far are we okay? You understood what I'm talking about when I say raise the PR, right? The goal is you are going to the readme.md file, which is over here. Nothing jazzy, right? You don't have to add new code or anything. Just pull in this, update this file with your name at the bottom, and then raise a PR, right? So just to get your forking, cloning, and PR process smooth, okay? You can refer to those 3 videos which I gave. Is that good enough, Rahul? Clear, right? Clear enough for the others too? So again, before you contribute anything, this is the basic step, guys. You have to do this. Without doing this, you cannot do, right? Yeah, somebody has a question. Anybody any questions? Raise your hands. Okay. Good. Okay. Now add this in Project School to your account. Okay. So once you get in here, you add these 3 tasks. One is fork the repo, clone the repo, and raise the PR by updating your name in the readme.md file. As and how you're done, once you're done with forking, again, you can check out those videos which I put up here in the chat. If somebody wants, I can paste it again. Okay. You just mark it as done. Select this, done, done, done. Okay. If you want, you can put a comment. Suppose you're stuck somewhere, or pretty much like, you know, whatever it is. Or you can say it'll do later, or I already know this, whatever. You can put a comment and close it. So once you're done, the next step is to create the actual task which you're going to do today. Okay. So we'll be kind of coding till 5 o'clock, right? And whatever task you're interested in, pull the task from here, from the issues. Okay. So in issues in this repo, I'll be creating the issues, and you can pick whatever issue you like, what you want to contribute to. And when you raise a PR, you need to reference this. You should say hash or @ this particular issue number, so that your PR pull request and this issue is linked. So I know that you raised a pull request for which issue. Okay. And then we'll merge it after reviewing it. Okay, cool. Okay. So it's more like open source contribution, guys, right? Like it's more like open source contribution only, right? It's pretty much like that. So I'm creating some issues. Okay. And so now that we have our requirements, right? You know, whatever architecture we design, and we said that this is our thing. So we need somebody who will put the code into the front end, right? So so create the front end, you know, scaffold, okay, scaffolding code, and push that, right? So the basic scaffolding code in React, and push that. Okay. So push that is obvious. So create the front end scaffolding code. Okay. So objective is to create the React application with some basic screens for working for the application. Okay. So once we build a simple basic thing, like, you know, we are saying we have a feed, we have various sections, we just put a basic React application, just use Claude for that, and just push it out. Okay. So this is one thing. Okay. Now, if you're interested in that, you can just copy paste this as a task into the Project School, right? Add is a task, and then once you're done, you mark it as done. Okay. And then you raise a PR over here. Now, next issue is again, we want the backend scaffolding code as well, right? Create the backend scaffolding code in what are we talking about? Python. Okay. Using what? Fast API. Okay. How do okay. So you know, this is not that we're going to complete the whole application in one day, guys. Okay. It's not going to happen. We need to work on it little by little every possibly weekends, and or whenever you want, and you can raise these issues, raise your PRs. Okay. So this is the next one. And what else are we looking for? So if you look at what are the high level requirements that we mentioned, I shared this requirement sheet, right? Did I share or no? Okay, let me share it. I think I didn't share it. I'm going to share this requirements document with all of you. So anyone with the link I'm giving you, should I give edit access? I'll give you access for now. Okay. If you have something that you want to be changed, then we can go ahead and change it. Okay. So copy link. Okay, you can access the document. I put it in the link, chat link. Okay, you can access the document from there, right? And yeah, so some of the other things are yeah. So there are two issues right now. So we need another issue for create the supervised backend, right? For the application backend instance. Okay. Then we are looking at deployment, DevOps, and deployment of the application. Okay. So we need someone to do this. So again, this will have subtasks. Okay, if you look at it, DevOps and deployment. I think there's some net issue at my side. Is it visible? Yeah. So I don't know why the issues don't show up. Yeah, they just show up after a long time. So yeah. So it's saying issues count is 5, but there are only 4 here. What's going on? No? Am I hallucinating? It's a bug, huh? Oh yeah. I think someone deleted. Oh yeah, someone closed. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, now they are 5. So what else, guys? So front and back end creating a supervised since the DevOps and deployment. I think this came twice. Just delete this. Yeah. So DevOps and deployment, I think we will have minor things. So where are we going to deploy it? What's the plan? Any ideas? Where do we deploy it? Anybody? Any suggestion?
You can use AKS. We usually use that.
EKS?
AKS. We use it in Azure.
You mean Kubernetes?
Kubernetes, yeah.
I don't you think it's an overkill side agent for
Yeah, I started. Yeah, maybe we can go small.
Yeah. So what is the plan if you want to do it small? How about render? Render works, right? So we'll just go with render for now. Let's keep it simple. So I created one thing for render, and so that's your main backend that goes. It has everything of everything, correct? So yeah, pretty much I think that's good enough for now for this. Front end, again, I think DevOps front end, we have to do what's the plan for front end? Deploy the front end on Vercel. Okay. Vercel is simple, straightforward. So again, did I mention about supervised as a backend? Let's probably just move it into DevOps itself. Okay, there's also kind of DevOps activity, right? So I'll move that into this DevOps and deployment. So create a supervised. I think the guy who suggested supervised is missing. So is anybody comfortable with supervised? I'm not a big fan of it. I really hate this, but anybody who is an expert in supervised in this group?
Yes, I can work on that. I use Superbase in most of my projects.
Okay, for Postgres, right? So
Yes.
you feel it's better than MongoDB?
It get bit slow when it is in the images or video side, so it gets slowed at that point of time. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just create it for now. Okay, let's keep it all the same. Then okay, so amongst issues, DevOps. So create a supervised account, deploy the Vercel. I think this micro subtask also came in over here, right? So this is supposed to be under development. Yeah, over here it came outside. Okay, that's fine. So whoever wants to do it, they can do that, right? So front end, I think back end. Okay, back end on render. Okay, good. Front end, back end scaffolding, and then what else do we need? So building the again contributing to certain. So again, these are the high level issues I have created, guys. Okay, now from the front-end perspective, again, you people can add your own issues over here. You can go to click on new issue. You can add your own issue and contribute to it. Okay. So let's say you want to build a component for, again, the whole application will be divided into components, correct? So contribute towards the front end designing and implementing components. Okay, I'll put a issue there. Contribute towards designing and developing the front end components in React. Okay. So whoever is interested in this, just sign up for this. Okay. Say that I'm interested over here in the comments. Okay. And everybody else who's interested, all the front end guys, we sit together and identify what all components we need to have. What is the high level architecture, main.jsx to app.jsx to what are the other files that we need to have, and how do we design that whole thing out. Okay. So that's what these guys are going to do. Okay. And so the guy who will do the scaffolding is, pretty much I will do or somebody else will do. Okay. So that is the front end of that. Anything else that we missed? So one is, let's have somebody who will, again, okay. So contribute towards designing and developing the front-end components in React, and we'll have somebody who will be the designing of the backend components in the backend endpoints. Okay. Fast API, backend endpoints. Okay. Endpoint. So if you're interested in this, just say that you're interested in this, and again, we design what all endpoints are there, and we allocate these endpoints to you, and you can create your own issue saying that you're creating an endpoint. So create an endpoint for whatever, for storing books. Okay. For managing books, create endpoint for managing books in Fast API for managing books. Okay. So like that, you will create the various kind of requirements out there. Okay. So you can add the micro level, because I don't have to add everything. You just add that in and you put it as your task, and then you mark it as done, right? So whatever you're working on, at the end of the day how much of work you have kind of contributed to it, and if you're making progress or not. Because otherwise, you always feel that you're always at ground zero, right? So I think we haven't talked about the ML things, right? Design and implement the ML algorithm. Okay, for recommendations. Okay, so I put one here. Okay, so some of you can pick this up who is interested in that. Okay, and you can go and put a comment over there saying that I'm interested in doing this, so that others know who else are contributing in that. Got it? So any questions still here? Any questions here? Till here? All okay?
So, can I get the access of that documentation that you have created? It is asking for the access. So
Edit access.
yes.
Yeah, sure. I can give edit access. That's okay. It's not end of the world. But what do you want to modify in that? You want to update the design?
I have put the comment in the create backend scaffolding code. So
Correct. Okay, good. So backend scaffolding code, basically it's the entire yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put the link to this particular Razor document what we created. Right. A second. Yeah, I'll just put this as a. I'll put a screenshot for now, and then we'll probably. Yeah, did I give edit access? Yeah, I gave edit access. You can check now.
yes, I can access it now.
Okay, so all of you can access the document, and you can also edit it if you want. Okay. Now, if there are any specific task that you want to do or you have in mind, feel free to go and raise an issue over here and add it to the project school and just, you can get going. And we'll have a Discord server where we can all communicate. Okay. You want Discord or you want WhatsApp? I think WhatsApp is better.
WhatsApp is better. Yes.
Yeah, I know WhatsApp is better. Discord is boring. It's okay. So new group. This is BookYard. And group members. Okay, so I think Rahul. I don't know what this Rahul or the Lakshman. Let's just add Lakshman and start with that. So this is BookYard development. Okay, so great. So add members. How do I get the sharing of this? Via link. Okay, copy link. And I'm putting it over here. All of you can join this WhatsApp group, right? So in the WhatsApp group, just mention that you want to work on a specific area, right? And you can go ahead and create that issue and say you're working on that, right? That's about it. So first step, I think what we'll do is we will push out the scaffolding code for front end, scaffold for backend. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, makes sense. So who wants to take up the scaffolding code? What I mean by scaffolding is that entire high-level framework, guys. Just like, we have all these, basic endpoints of health, /health, /docs and everything. And in front-end also, it's a basic application which just pulls it up, right? A simple application, just ask Claude for some basic thing and push it out. Somebody wants to volunteer for back-end, front-end? Who wants to do for front-end scaffold? So
I can volunteer for backend.
For backend, Saiteja?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will build basic fast API, endpoints, like just like health/health, you know that, right?
I can build one health check controller for first. And
for which one?
build one health check API, and we can
Correct.
push started that.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Just put that and raise a PR. Okay. Raise a PR for this repo, and I'll absorb it. Okay. I'll merge it. For front end, who wants to volunteer? Anyone? Yeah, Nishita, you want to do for front end? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good, Nishita. Fine. So you can go ahead. So I mean, you don't have to boil the ocean, right? So you know the requirements. Just give these requirements to Claude. Whatever code it gives, just put some bare bones thing. Don't worry. Okay. We will add more stuff as we go along. Okay. Just make sure, folks, about your Git ignores. Okay. So I hope there's no Git ignore on this. So probably I'll just add this to this. Or when you are pushing it out, you push it with the good Git ignore itself, not Git ignore. I'll add the contribution.md and the remaining other small things for open source contributions kind of stuff, so that everybody can contribute on the same lines. Okay. So right now you directly raise it to the main branch. That's fine. I'll merge it. Okay. So it's the first initial stages, so it's fine. Okay. So the other thing is, let's get the issues things going around. So I want you people to, whoever is interested in contributing the designing of the front end, we'll probably just get into a quick call separately. Maybe it's 12:49 now. I know you people have been listening for like almost 2 hours now. So we'll take a break. Okay. We'll take a break. You can just put in your name and intent over here saying, I want to contribute to front end, right? You can just type here, so I want to contribute here. Okay. So, and just put a comment. That's it. Okay. So everybody gets to know who is working on that and we reach out to them. Okay. So we have the WhatsApp group. Join the WhatsApp group, and you just we will just connect over there. And after lunch, maybe we will connect at 2 o'clock. Okay. 2 o'clock is okay. Yeah, 2 o'clock. So front-end guys will connect separately, back-end guys will connect separately. We will design the endpoints from a front-end, back-end in terms of what are we building, and we'll use WhatsApp for communication. Okay. So way I look at it for today's scope, right, in terms of what we want to build, because we can't build everything out. let's build something really simple that just does CRUD operations for storing books, searching books. Okay, I'll probably let you put the issues here itself, and then we will design the. No, in fact, what I'm thinking is let's make it more implicit. Okay, so I'm saying I'll just remove these two issues. Give me a second. Okay, so yeah, so I removed 12 and 13. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll make it implicit in terms of what we are trying to do, and then assign that. That will be better. Okay, contribute towards the design and development of front-end components, React components. Okay, for CRUD operations for books. Okay, for books. So CRUD operation is create, read, update, delete. Correct? For all the CRUD operations, how do you build it out? Simple one. Let's not worry about the design and all right now. Let's just get it going slowly. Okay. So all the front end, whoever is interested, just put in here. So we will quickly connect and say, okay, what all components do we need? And what is the hierarchy? Where are they going to be located? Okay. And then you people can write your code and contribute to it. Okay. Whoever is interested. Now, similarly for backend, development of backend React components, or the backend fast API endpoints. Okay. So for CRUD operations for books, this is another one. Okay. Now I think Lakshman, would you like to start the ML initiative in parallel using book recommendation? Right.
So I'll be developing. I mean, like designing and developing the ML recommendation system. That's it.
Yes, that's it. That's the only thing. Would you want to take up? Maybe even Bhavna, you want to take it up, both of you?
Yeah, I already raised.
Yes, sir.
I mean, put a comment in issues.
Okay. Good. Okay, good. So both of you can get going on that. Again, there's no pressure that you have to finish it today. Okay. You can take your time. Okay. The goal is to get started. The goal is to start documenting. You have the document, right? So I'll put that document in the readme.md, whatever document we have here. Just hold on. So that all of you can start adding your thoughts and whatever you are thinking of how you want to do it into that document. Okay. So that is like the living and breathing document of what we want to do on this. Okay. So again, yeah. So anything else? So again, we're not a very big team today. I don't know by afternoon how many people will remain. So let's just keep it till here for now. Okay. Maybe for today, we just focus on CRUD operations for books for front end, CRUD operations for books for backend. Focus on deployment. Again, your backend. Again, Rahul, can you help with the Superbase setup, right? For PostgreSQL, right?
Yes, I can work on that, and also I have put the comment in the managing book service, so I can make that too as well.
Right. Cool. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we can do that. Right. So let's do that. And so yeah, I think let's go.
Tables required for Superbase, sir.
What are the
tables required to create?
See, right now we are keeping the books as one collection, one table, and users is another table, perhaps. But because we need to know who uploaded this. But again, we are saying we are using Firebase, correct? So as part of DevOps, I think we also should be looking at the Firebase side of it, right? Enable Firebase, set up authentication. So let's go for Google SSO using Firebase. Okay. So basically the user ID will come from there, but you'll still have to store it here, right? Is it not? So I think right now, for the purpose of simplicity, we can have Or if we want, I mean, if it's too complex, let's check Firebase for now. Okay, let's check Firebase. Let's just create a users table for now. Okay, a simple users table where we will just say name of user, username, name of user, password. Okay, name of user, username, password. That's it. These three fields will be stored. So two tables. One is user table. Second is books table. Third one is user books table. Right? Since it's a relational database. Correct. So three tables, Nishita, if that answers your question. That's it. That's it for today. Let's not boil the ocean because there are multiple aspects to this, right? You will also have to deploy it. Okay. So we'll have to make sure everything is working from a CRUD operations for books per se. Anybody can do SSO. Any one of us can do SSO using Google, and not SSO. Sorry, create a simple user account, not even SSO. Simple user account, register. So the front end guys will also have to build a register capability. Okay. So I think I mentioned CRUD operations for books. So I will also add one more issue here. Okay. So which is
So why won't we use Clerk for the user management?